In the last federal election, I voted,
So did I.
and so did 7 million other Canadians whose votes held no relevance in the makeup of Parliament at all. Why do you think that happened?
If you ask me, it has something to do with our current electoral system here in Canada called first past the post. You see, essentially what first past the post is a sort of winner takes all system of election. The ballots are cast, and the first candidate in a particular riding to receive the plurality of votes is elected. Might not seem so bad at first, but the problem is parties that receive millions of votes often see no representation in Parliament just because a single candidate couldn't receive enough votes in their riding.
Right. So where do all those wasted votes go?
That's the thing. They're just that. They're wasted. They don't count. They don't mean anything.
So maybe we need a system that counts these votes. We need a system that is proportional and fair.
Yes.
This system would be called proportional representation. It already exists in 80 countries around the world. Proportional representation in the Canadian context would mean that parties that are receiving a huge proportion of votes right now and not receiving a seat in government would actually have a seat. For example, in the last election, the Green Party received 960,000 votes, which is 6.8% of the votes cast in the last election. However, they received not a single seat. In Alberta alone, that less than that number of votes elected 27 members of parliament for the Conservative Party.
Wow. That's a problem.
Yeah, that leaves voters disenfranchised.
Can I add that in countries that do employ this kind of proportional representation, sees much greater numbers of women and minorities elected to government every election?
Yeah, and I think that such progress would mean that there would be a huge sense of voter satisfaction and an increase in voter turnout.
Absolutely. I mean, we're already struggling with such lower voter turnout. I think we need a change.
Yeah, let's get serious. In this next election, what's important to you? Your voice being heard in government or
Not.